Kiyyah and Joe. We here with a scary animation video. Now, there's something new. When the last time you watched a scary animation?
Maybe like a year or two ago.
Me the same. It's been a minute. But we got 3 scary animations for you. Without further ado, let's go.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm writing this email because something really strange
Nigga, your name ain't Sarah.
Your name David. Hey, if y'all watched the last video, y'all know why that was funny.
happened to me. I live in India, and this happened about 2 years ago when I was 16. I live with my parents and 2 older brothers. In our neighborhood, there are only about 10 houses built in the same style, 2-story houses. My parents and I sleep on the first floor, and my brothers sleep on the second. So it was just like any other morning. I woke up and my mom and older brother, Ali, were talking in another room. They were loud, but I didn't really pay attention. I was brushing my teeth and getting ready for school when my brother came into my room and jokingly said,
"Want to see a ghost? Come here."
I was so confused and a little creeped out. He walked to my parents' room and pointed to the window.
"Look."
There was a huge road in front of our house, and I saw a man standing in the middle of it, wearing a shawl. It was winter, and the fog was thick outside, making it hard to see. He was looking to the left, where there were bushes and dense trees. It looked like a small forest. My mom was terrified, having never seen him in our neighborhood, but I thought he was waiting for someone. We watched him for about 10 minutes, and what really gave me the creeps was that he just kept staring at the bushes without moving a muscle. Then we shrugged and started getting ready for the day. My older brother Assad used to always take me to college on his scooter, and as we were leaving, I saw the man standing in the middle of the road, still facing the bushes. My brother passed him, and I watched him closely for a few seconds. He was wearing white pajamas and a light brown kurta. His shawl was off-white and covered him from head to knee. I could only see his eyes, and when my eyes met his, a shiver ran through my body. I could only see his eyes, but I could tell he was smiling, and his smile seemed to be a wide grin. I got goosebumps. During the ride to college, I kept wondering, is he smiling at me, or is he smiling at something in the bushes? Once I got there, I quickly forgot about it and focused on my day. I left the university around 3 p.m. and rode home on a 3-wheeler, a vehicle similar to a taxi. I was on my phone the entire ride, and as I neared home, I thought of the man. I looked outside and saw the same man still standing there in the same position. The thought of him standing there for 8 hours in the winter without moving a muscle was mind-boggling. I was horrified. The driver was driving in the opposite direction, so I couldn't see his face, only his back. I wondered if he was still smiling. I went home, ate, and slept. I woke up around 10 p.m., the time my dad usually gets home from work. My mom and I were talking about the day, and I had completely forgotten about the man. Then my dad arrived and told my mom he had been standing there since morning. I ran to the window, and sure enough, he was there, staring at the bushes, not moving a muscle. Before coming home, my dad went to the man and asked him why he'd been standing there all day, but he didn't say anything. We were all so confused as to why he'd been standing there all day, especially in the winter. After dinner, before bed, my dad told us to lock all the doors and windows. He didn't usually say that, so I figured it was about the man. I locked everything and double-checked to see if he was still there, and to my surprise, he was. We went to bed, and the next morning, I was eating breakfast and watching TV when I suddenly remembered the man. I looked out the window, and he was gone. He hasn't been seen since. We were all horrified by it, but after a few days, we all collectively forgot about it. I asked countless questions like, why was he standing there? Why was he staring at the bushes? Was there something in the bushes? But we never got any answers, and the man standing outside still remains a mystery.
Okay, look.
It was a normal,
nothing
cool
crazy.
evening. My mom and I were heading to Kohl's to buy some new clothes for me since I had outgrown my old ones. We walked in, and at first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. At one point, I grew bored of looking at clothes, so I told my mom I was going to explore the store on my own. She nodded and told me to stay close. As I wandered off, I noticed a woman. She was dressed in all black with long black hair, and she was staring right at me. Her eyes were wide open, black eyeliner streaked down her face. Her eyes were so wide it looked unnatural. A wave of fear hit me. I frantically looked around for my mom. When I couldn't find her, panic started to set in. Then I turned back. The woman was even closer, smiling.
Nah, bro.
That same unsettling, creepy smile. I was so scared I couldn't even think straight. I didn't have a phone, so there was no way to call my mom for help. Thinking quickly, I darted into the clothing racks, trying to hide. Then a hand grabbed my shoulder.
Nah, bro.
I stifled a scream and spun around. It was my mom. Relief washed over me, even as she scolded me for running off, but her words barely registered. My mind was locked on the woman. The woman could still be out there, watching, waiting. Then, my mom's tone shifted. Her face grew more serious. She asked if I had seen a woman with long black hair and wide eyes. My heart skipped a beat. She had just described the exact woman I'd seen. I told her yes, that I had seen her, and that I was terrified. My mom nodded. She quickly paid for our things, and we left. Nothing happened after that, but the image of her never left me. Her eyes, her wide smile, even now, it still gives me chills.
Man.
My name is Zama, and I'm from South Africa. In August of 2024, something terrifying happened to us. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment in a block of flats with my 9-year-old daughter, Coco. One Sunday at 2:30 a.m., we were fast asleep with all the lights off, as we usually are. Then I suddenly woke up to the sensation of someone reaching for my tablet right beside me. At first, I thought it was my daughter, Coco. She often grabs the tablet when she can't sleep. But then I realized something was very wrong. There was an unknown man in our apartment. I'm a light sleeper, especially where my daughter is concerned. So I screamed as loud as I could and grabbed him. I think my sudden reaction made him freeze for a moment. He already had my iPhone in his hand, the one Coco had been using earlier that evening. We started fighting, and as we struggled, we both fell on top of my daughter, who was still asleep. I was terrified, thinking if he overpowered me, he'd go for her next. I pushed him out of my room and into the living room. I was just trying to get him out. In a panic, I grabbed pots and pans and threw them at him, anything I could find. Finally, he backed away, opened the door, and ran out. I was in shock, thinking the door must have been unlocked, but later discovered he had crept in through the bathroom window. We live on the 2nd floor, and I never thought to lock that window. I assumed it was safe. He was skinny enough to step on the balcony rails and squeeze through the burglar guards. Once inside, he unlocked the front door so he could escape quickly if he needed to. Despite my screams, none of my neighbors came to help. They called later to say they'd heard something, but hadn't come down. I was devastated, but at least I managed to cancel my bank cards on Apple Pay before any payments went through. We don't live in that apartment anymore. We're okay,
that's right.
but we're scared of living alone for now. A few days later, we found out there was a group of thieves targeting homes in our area. I was the only person who woke up during the break-in. Others lost much more valuable items. 2 days after our incident, one of the thieves was found dead in the morning. I don't know whether it was the same man who entered our
F around
apartment,
and find
and
out.
honestly, I don't much care. They chose that life.
That wasn't too bad. Nah, that's something that we could sit through. You feel me?
Yeah, that's.
That wasn't too bad.
I
You
could work
feel
with
me?
it.
Yeah, we can work with that. But that other
Yeah, I don't want to count me out. I don't want to look at nothing like that
Nope.
no more.
simple. That jump was just out of this world of horror.
Like,
But let us know if y'all watched scary animation before. Let us know out of these 3 that we did have on this channel today, which one was your favorite? Like, comment. And I'm Joe.
I'm Kiyyah.
And we the Sky Duo,
and we out
out this
this
bit.